Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here. I actually remembered to turn my timer on this time, so we're not gonna have like a 35-minute episode, so hooray! What's going on? Let's welcome back to Let's Play some more Pokemon Blue. So in the last episode, we had an extremely long episode where realistically, I didn't really get that far. Like, we went all the way up the river, which is tight. I mean, we made it to this patch of grass that's like right outside of Pallet Town, which is pretty sick, and I think I need one of these. Yes, we do. I just don't kill him with Quick Attack, man. Just don't kill him. And we got into this area, and then, by no fault of our own, we ran into like 3 things that we wanted to catch, and I did not deliver on any of those things. I accidentally killed all of them. And then I got like whirlwinded out of one of them by like a Pidgey or something, and so I ended up spending like at least like 10 more minutes than I wanted to initially trying to catch a bunch of shit that never ended up coming to fruition anyways. But we did catch this, and so now that is effectively out of the way. Oh god, that thing is so gross. It's just so disgusting. So we're just gonna call this thing, we're gonna call in all caps because it really needs to be known. This thing is, yes, big, we're gonna go with that. Big Tazg? It's not a, I was gonna call it Big Trash, and then it turned into Big Tash, and now it's going back to Big Trash. Because I hate those things. I think they're terrible. So it's Big Trash. Now, there was one other thing I wanted to catch here. There's gonna be, that's not what I want. I wanted, there was a Tangela that showed up that I really wanted. And it ended up not really being a thing. But if a Pidgey shows up like real quick, I'll catch that. I'll totally take that. And if it doesn't show up within the next one encounter, I'm gonna say fuck it, I'm gonna move on, because I don't want to spend the entirety of this episode doing this. We have an objective. We do have a real focal point of where we want to be in the grand scheme of this, and because it did not show up, we are going to move on. And that, hey, I'm totally okay with that. What we're going to be doing today, friends of mine and new people that are watching who have now become friends of mine by default action, we're going to head right up to, we're going to go head up to Viridian City, because now that we have all the other badges, I believe that place should be open for business now. Giovanni finally came back from work and realized, hey, the thousands of minions that I have deployed all about this entire region to, you know, start doing whatever our main objective is, it's not working. And it's not working really hard. They have been systematically destroyed by one man. So, or not even by a man, by a lowly 10-year-old child who doesn't even speak. He just comes out and fights you and destroys you. It doesn't even make breakfast. All it does is shoot you. Okay, is it ready to go? I would severely hope that it is, and it is. Alright, we are here. Another place that is filled with the weird spinny disc things and the strange Foursquare deals. Yo, champ in the making! Even I don't know Viridian Leader's identity. This will be the toughest of all the gym leaders. I heard that the trainers here like ground-type Pokemon. Well, thanks for telling me that so I can totally destroy everything here. Can we go, like, around? I think we can go, I think this way will work. It'll eventually get us there. So, okay. We've all had one of these types of moments in our life, by the way. That's not gonna work. That's gonna send me straight back. I mean, I know I should have talked to him, but that's not really the way I wanted to do it, so we're gonna go back down. So, we've all had one of these moments in our life, and this might have been one of the worst. This might have been my worst offense in this category of stuff. It was pretty bad. You know when you have one of those moments where you do something so like blatantly stupid that you like once it happens and you like reflect back on it for a minute, you're like, oh my god, why? Like, we've all had the moment where, like, you're fumbling around looking for your car keys, and you're like, oh my god, I can't find my car keys! Where the hell could they possibly be? And you're, like, looking around for, like, 15 minutes, and then you find out that they've been in your hand the whole time, or they've been, like, on the lanyard around your neck. Or Like you're going to do something and you accidentally, like lock your keys in the car while the ignition's still running. I've done that one before. Or like you just like either misplace something that's just so dumb to misplace or whatever. And you immediately have just that sense of like you feel like just like half of your IQ disappeared for no reason. I had that moment today and I have no excuse for why it happened. I think that's the most embarrassing part of it, is I literally had no reason to explain how that went about going on. So what happened was I had to open the store today. And so, I drive up to Woodburn and listening to like the football games on the radio or whatever, and I get into the store and I got to get the place all opened up and whatever. And so I go in there, and now that we have our new security system in there, like that's the new priority. I gotta go run in there and turn the thing off, otherwise, it's gonna call ADT and they're gonna call the cops and all this shit and whatever. So I go get that thing deactivated, and the very second that I got that deactivated and I was like setting my stuff down to, go get the store ready to open, I look around through the store and I was just like, oh my god, what happened? Did all the lights burn out in here overnight or something? Like, this is a real problem. And so I like had to go, I like ran over to the phone and I was like starting to dial the number to call my dad to be like, hey, we have a serious problem. Like, none of the lights in the store, like, they're all burnt out. Like, it's just, unless people want to shop in the dark or, bring in like a flashlight or something, they're not going to be able to do anything. And I'm like picking up the phone and I dialed all but 2 of the numbers in his phone number, and all of a sudden it hit me. Adam, you fucking moron. Like, you didn't even turn any of the lights on in here. You didn't even try the switch. It was at that very moment that I was just like, oh god, you stupid idiot. Like, you you forfeited everything just now. You must be running out of steam by now. Actually, contrary to what your opinion is, I just went to a Pokemon Center and got to rest up. I mean, like us, the trainer, haven't really rested in a long time, but we're doing it. Oh boy, we have advantage number 1, and you are gonna get one of these. You can go right ahead. Oh, as long as he doesn't dig. If he digs, oh, that's fine. That's not gonna do shit. Oh yeah. But, oh, dude, that was just the worst. It was so stupid. I couldn't believe it. As soon as I like went and turned all the lights on and realized that only 4 of the lights had burnt out. I sat there and just kind of did like the walk of shame, like into the bathroom to go, get some of the things out of there to get the store ready, and as I'm walking down the aisle to go put the drawers in the register and get the other set of lights turned on, I just had like that sinking feeling in my stomach, like, boy, this is how far down you've gone, huh? And like the part that made it so that I couldn't justify it by any means, like, I can't say that, oh, well, I was really tired and, I was up really late and I only got like a couple hours of sleep, and so, I was just too tired, and, it was just like a weird lapse in judgment. I woke up like 3 hours before I went into work, so it's not that I was tired. I had been awake and I was ready to go for close to 180 minutes. But oh boy, that was just one of the strangest versions of just like totally having a massive brain fart. Like, that was almost like brain diarrhea if we really have to get into it. That was just, I just like sprayed my matter all over the place, and it was just like, oh, the lights are off. What happened? Why this happen to me? Whatever are we going to do? And then it hits you. So, what do you do though? That's just what that ends up being. Dude, oh my god, okay. Gotta talk about this, because while I was at work today, I got to eat leftover pizza. I think I may have had the best pizza that I've ever had in my entire life last night. So, oh my god, it's so good. I want it again, like, right now. I went down to Eugene last night with my family. Went to go to a Ducks basketball game. And while we're down there, we decide, hey, we got some extra time. Let's go stop and eat. Oh, it's one of these guys. He's got the whip and he's holding the human ear in his other hand over there. I know it's a lollipop, but that looks just abnormally close to a human ear. It's very uncomfortable. A rye horn? a Rhyhorn. Oh, don't worry, I got you, bitch. I got you with this. I'm gonna slice your Rocky Balboa body into pieces with my sharp leaves. So we're looking for places to go, and my Maps app is just like throwing us in the wrong direction everywhere, and so we're kind of fumbling around trying to find a place to go, and it's just not working out. And so, oh, what do we got here? I always forget whether this is actually a good way to go or not. I want to say no, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, yeah, we can go here. And so we're like looking around, and one of the places we tried going to, like we were gonna go to like this brewery that supposedly had a restaurant, but we drive by the place and it totally didn't. And we're like, okay, well, this is really weird. And then we drove around the back and realized that it was like the restaurant for this brewery was like not even attached to the building itself. It was just like this entirely different thing. And so, like, we go over there, and the waiting time for that was like an hour and a half. So we're like, okay, well, giant fuck that. And so we're like looking around just on like the nearby blocks, and we saw this place called La Perla Pizzeria, and we're paralyzed. Cool. Yes, very nice. So we find this place called La Perla Pizzeria. It just looks like this. I mean, kind of a small, kind of. Oh, I don't know, just like a little tiny pizzeria, and we go in there. Damn, this guy's got a Tauros? Sick. Let's just go with Ratigan. So we go in there, and the waiting time was only like 10 minutes, which was super sick. And we're like looking at their menu, and like this was definitely not like your standard pizzeria where you got like all these fucking where it's like, pepperoni and like Hawaiian and like that type of thing. Like they had like super like authentic legit pizzas where you're getting like the ones that have like, basil and like arugula and like prosciutto and stuff on it, and oh dude, oh, he's gonna get thunder. Oh baby gravy. See you later, Thundershock. I love you to death, but let's fucking go. God, Thunder's so tight. Like, not only is it obviously the most powerful electric move that he gets, but it has the coolest animation, and it has it has such a badass sound effect. Like it sounds like a real legit lightning strike. Like it goes and then you do the damage or whatever. But oh my god, it's so cool. I still remember the first time that I heard that like that move, and I was like, whoa, this is so awesome. Karate is definitely a form of martial arts. I don't know if I'd call it the ultimate form. Try telling that to a guy that does Muay Thai and see what his response to that is. I'm sure he would not be like, oh yeah, you're totally right. I love doing inferior forms of fighting styles, But, oh my god, it was so good. So the one that I had was actually, it was pretty much the one I just described. It had like 2 different types of cheese, and it had like arugula, and it had just really, really thin prosciutto on it, and it had like some garlic and other stuff on it, and it was like the really kind of like thin artisan crust, and oh my god, and I had like this really interesting kind of like white cream sauce. Like it wasn't like an Alfredo sauce like you're getting as like a special choice from Pizza Hut or whatever. But oh my god, it was so good. Like I remember like the first couple of bites that I took out of that, I was like, holy shit. I was like, this might legit be one of the best pizzas I've ever had. And it's just like the more that I ate out of it, it just got exponentially better with each bite that I took. And they were all like these like kind of like personal sized pizzas. Like they were 8 slices, but they're so thin that they're not like intensely filling. And oh boy, it was just absolute bliss if I could define it with anything. It was, oh my god. Like I want to go back and have it again. Like right now. Like if there was one here in Salem, I would gain so much weight this year. I really would. And like the best part is they're not like super expensive. they're going, you know, you're paying, I think, an adequate price for what you're getting, but not too much though. Like, it was actually pretty solid. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So, but yeah, they had like some other pretty interesting ones. Like, they definitely had one that had anchovies on it, which I found particularly interesting. I think one time in my life, just one time in my life, I've got to have a pizza with anchovies on it. I've never had them before. I know that they're super salty. But you know, I feel like they got to be pretty good. Plus I gotta know, you know, what all the hype was about, because there's got to be a reason why the Ninja Turtles were totally down with having pizzas with anchovies on them, or at least like Michelangelo probably was. I don't know, but there's got to be something behind that. There's no way that that's not a pizza on menus somewhere, and there's not a nut. There's, you know, and it's a super unpopular one. They also had ones that had, you know, like a whole bunch of different meats on it, where there's like, you know, Cotto salami and chicken and you know, Italian sausage and all that jazz. And then there was one that totally had eggplant on it, and I truthfully don't know if I've ever had eggplant either, because I've heard that, you know, if you mess up just a little bit when you're preparing that, it can be terrible, like super bad. And so that's kind of what I worry about with that, is I wouldn't want it to be just god-awful if I you know, took the plunge on it and tried it. Yeah, we got enough time. Let's do it.
This is my hideout. I plan to resurrect Team Rocket here. But you have caught me again. So be it. This time, I'm not holding back. Once more, you shall face Giovanni, the greatest trainer.
Well, I'll be the judge of that, because I've been dispatching people at an alarming pace, and I really don't like how your pocket square is. I mean, first of all, it's not even a square. And you don't even have a pocket square in there. Just the pocket itself is kind of weird and wonky. And you're still paralyzed. But if you, my friend, can land one solar beam, then you are going to be good to go. He took in the sunlight, he got stepped on, and then he blasted one out, and now he's paralyzed. Come on. You got enough energy to, you know, to draw all that shit in, but you can't actually unleash the beast. But yeah, dude, it was basically, the moral of the story was, it was the best pizza I think I've ever had in my entire life. I feel like that would be like the type of pizza that you would get if you actually, you know, if you actually went to Italy and got it there. It was pretty legit. And the best part was, I mean, it's like a small business, and it's, you know, it's a small business Italian restaurant, and like usually, generally speaking, the formula for compiling menus for, you know, small business Italian restaurants always generally falls under the same thing. It usually always ends up being, oh, well, you know, we're gonna make this small menu, and the font for the menu is gonna be in papyrus, and you know, it's gonna be, and we're gonna try to be really, you know, quirky with the way that we compile our stuff, and blah 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 blah. And you know, but they used like a nice, really elegant looking you know, font for the menu, and they were actually using like legit Italian in it, and they were using like formal names for their pizzas instead of trying to, you know, concoct this kind of, you know, quirky bullshit type of thing for the names of their pizzas. Like, they were going like, you know, really going real with that, and I loved that. Like, when I read it, I was like, oh wow, they're actually like going with like legit names here. This is good. So I gotta give them like full credit. Not to mention that like the lemonade they had in there was fucking incredible. I mean, it was like this super fantastical, ultra bombastical lemonade, and they had, my mom got this, she got this, it was Crater Lake root beer. Never even heard of it before, and so she ordered it, and I got to try it, and it was really weird. Like, it was kind of an unconventional looking root beer, just based off of what I normally have. It was like, I mean, most root beers that you get are usually like they're kind of ultra frothy, which I don't mind. Like, I don't mind having ones that, you know, that have a lot of foam on them. I mean, I think A&W is one of my favorite root beers. Oh my god, really? Come on, man. We've gone through this before, where we try to land the goddamn hypnosis, and it just won't do it. There we go. Watch, now she's gonna, like, wake up immediately. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me that dream eat. There it is. And it's gonna do a lot of damage. Oh, yeah. That's what Marvin wants. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it was really weird, because there was no foam on it at all. Like, it barely even looked like it was carbonated when it was first brought out. And so when they brought it to the table, like, we thought that they had, like, mistakenly brought her a beer. And so we're like, does this look right to you? Like, I don't know, it looks kind of strange. And, but she took a sip out of it, and she's like, oh no, that's really good. She's like, Adam, you gotta try this, because she knows that, you know, root beer is totally my favorite thing on the planet. And so I tried it. And oh my god, it was so good. It had just like this really just rich flavor, but not like, it didn't have like any specific like profile of flavor that overpowered any other component of it, because root beer is generally a kind of a complex flavor. And just like the way that it was done, I don't know, it was a very unique taste that I don't think I've had out of any other root beer I've ever tried. And I've had quite a few different ones in my life. And it was so good. It definitely well worth the $3.50 that you pay for one glass of it. But oh my god, just like that place has like everything that you want. Like even their spaghetti and meatballs looked exponentially better than any other spaghetti and meatballs that you see anywhere. And just like that, we now have our 8th badge. Ha! That was a truly intense fight, and by that I mean I totally got the shit beat all the way out of my asshole into my pants, and now it's rolling into my shoe. Good. I wanted to buy new shoes. You have won. I'm sorry I was talking to myself. As proof, here is the Earth badge. I love that he's just like, he's supposed to be like this criminal mastermind, yet he totally still abides by the laws of like, you know, of being the leader of a gym. I think that's hilarious. The Earth badge makes Pokemon of any level obey. It is evidence of your mastery as a Pokemon trainer. With it, you can enter the Pokemon League. It is my gift for your Pokemon League challenge. And we got TM27, which I think is Fisher. Yeah, it will take out Pokemon with just one hit. It's a one-hit KO, but like there's a weird formula about how it works, and I don't remember exactly what that is. But it has something to do, like, I think that, like, it automatically doesn't work against, I think it, like, automatically doesn't work against Pokemon that are a higher level than you. I think I'll have to kind of look that up again. I'm not 100% positive on the formula for how that's supposed to go down. So, yeah, we'll come back on that later. I know this ended up being a little bit of a lengthy episode. 23 minutes is whatever. But you know what? We knocked out the whole gym in one sitting, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. And since I spent the first, 3 minutes of the episode just fucking around in a patch of grass out there, I figured I might as well make up for it by at least finishing it off in prime fashion. So, what we're going to do next episode, now that we have all 8 badges, is we could go to, the Elite Four right now, but we're not going to. In the next episode, we're going to head over to the PC over there, and we're going to grab a flying Pokemon, and we're going to head over to the power plant so we can go try and catch ourselves a Zapdos. Oh yeah, that'll be exciting. So until then, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and go have a slice of pizza. On me. I mean, I'm not buying it, just do it because I told you to do it. See you guys later. Bye. I'm still not buying it. Don't think for 1 second I'm going to do that.